All right, welcome back. This is Dr. Matthew J. Traum from Engineer Inc. We are talking today about the PASCO stress strain apparatus, how to assemble it, how to calibrate it, and how to ultimately collect data from it. So we've now assembled it, we've got our calibration curve, and we're ready to take some real live data. So what I'm going to do now is replace the calibration bar, which I've got in there now, with a sample coupon. So I'm going to take the force off here. There we go. And the sample coupons, there's a number of different options that come from PASCO. So we've got aluminum. That's one option. We've got steel, that's another option. We've got brass, that's a third option. We've got brass of a different thickness, whoops, that's a fourth option. And we've got, looks like stainless steel is an additional option. So I'm just going to start with aluminum. And you'll have a chance, now that you know how to do this, to play with the rest of these on your own. So I'm just going to grab one of the aluminum sample coupons. Bing, there we go. Okay, so that's the sample coupon that I'm going to use. Close this up. Put the rest away. Okay. And my first step is to install it in the apparatus. So I'm going to lift the calibration bar out, and I may need to adjust this so that it's loose. There we go. Okay, it comes out. And then instead of just putting the sample coupon back on, I'm going to put these springs. Remember, I had these components which I pulled off from before, so I'm going to put the spring on. I'm going to put this little clamp on. Now I've got to be very careful with the clamp. Let me set it right here so you can see it. There is a little kind of a lip. See that right there? A little lip. So I want the lip facing forward. That's what's actually going to clamp onto the sample coupon. And then I'm going to put this series of washers, one big washer, two small washers, and then I'm going to put a nut on top, and I should be able to just tighten this down by hand. I'm not going to go all the way with it, but there, it's on now. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So here's the spring. Here is the little sample holder with the lip facing outwards, like so. And then here are my three washers, 1, 2, 3. And then here is my nut, which again I'm just going to put on so that it's very slightly tight. Okay, now I should just be able to slide the sample coupon in and tighten things down. So I'm going to take the sample coupon, move the mouse out of the way so that I don't hit anything. I'm going to slide it right in there, and then I'm going to just crank down on this guy until he's at least finger tight. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to just put the sample coupon right there into the slot. Cool. And I'm going to make sure that he's being held properly, and I'm going to crank down here. Okay, until that's tight. Now, you might not need to do this, but just for completeness, I'm going to take my 3/8 wrench, and I'm going to just tighten things down a little bit more. So that's very tight, and I've got the coupon in, it's not going to slip. And that is very tight, and I've got the coupon, and it's not going to slip. Okay, and notice that the coupon does have a little bit of slack here, which is fine because I'm going to have to zero things again like I did before with the calibration bar. So let me move this into view. Okay, so so now this is all set up for my stress strain experiment. And what I'm going to do is zero things the way that I did before. So I'm going to close this screen. I'm going to open up my new PASCO capstone screen, collect position data on the x-axis, force data on the y-axis, position data here, force data here, and should be ready to go. So again, I'm going to hit the record button, and what's going to end up happening like before is, oh, it's 0. That's nice. I'm going to get some gobbledygook, but I need to engage. Oops, going the wrong way. I need to engage the force sensor. Oh, there it is. It's engaged. Okay. And I'm going to back off. This is the exact same thing that I did before. Okay, so we're going to zero the force sensor. We're going to come down here and we're going to zero the motion sensor. I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to discard this data. Now I should be ready to go. So I'm going to hit the record button, and I'm going to bring this screen up so that you can see it here. I'm going to just start turning in a clockwise direction. You can see the sample coupon starts to absorb some of that force. Now let me turn back in this direction. Okay, now what PASCO recommends is that you start at 5 newtons. So I've got now the sample coupon preloaded to just over 5 newtons. I'm going to stop the experiment here, but before I do that, I'm going to zero the stress. The displacement. I'm going to zero the force, and when I start things again, I should start at 0, 0, remembering that I've sort of preloaded things with about 5 newtons. Okay, so we're at the end of this video, so I'm going to stop here. And when we start with the next video, we'll let you guys get caught up, and when we start with the next video, we will actually do this experiment to collect a stress strain curve and cause this thing to plastically deform. So see you back in just a few minutes for that final data collection step. Thanks.